DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our viewers and listeners of INC Radio DZEM 954. I am your Sister Lorraine Lawingco Manabat, live here in Clayton, North Carolina. Welcome to Lab Notes INC Radio Virginia.
Good afternoon, good evening, magandang umaga po, or good morning. I'm Brother Andrew Wynn, here live from High Point, North Carolina. Sister Lorraine, it's great to be with you and our guest panelist.
Yes, that's right, Brother Andrew. As we go on with our episode 9, the science behind leveling up communication, leveling up confidence in public speaking. And we are going to discuss how to manage physical nerves, strategies to build confidence, and also deliver with confidence. And our show will not be complete without introducing our guest for today. And we are live, so we have our live guest for this afternoon. Let's start with our sister from the Charlotte, North Carolina, Sister Lauren.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone. Or in Portuguese, bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. I am Sister Lauren Vaz. Thank you so much for joining us in today's episode. I hope you guys enjoy it and actively participate with us.
We also have our brother from Charlotte, Brother Carl. Welcome to our show.
Hello. Thank you, Sister Lorraine. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Brother Carl Damuag, coming to you live from the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm actually really excited for today's topic. So I hope you guys can enjoy today's episode.
And to complete our guests for this afternoon, let us all welcome Brother Mark Langit from Charleston, South Carolina.
Hello po. Happy viewing to all our viewers, and we hope you enjoy today's topic. And if you have questions, please type them in the live chat.
Right. And we want to greet and thank our earliest viewers here in our team live chat in our official YouTube channel. If you are not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and like button, and please share this link. So let's say hello to Sister Shyla Vass from Charlotte, North Carolina. We also have Elijah. We also have Sarah Velasco. We also have Brother June Ancheta, Sister Anna Blash. We also have Brother June of Charleston, Brother June de la Cruz. We also have Sister Rochelle May Langit. And we also have Sister Megan Idhao, Sister Benilda Cabiad, Sister Lucy Ancheta, and Brother Ismael Domingo. And we are going to continue reading your greetings later. But before we go on with our topic discussion, again, Brother Andrew, we want to hear our viewers and listeners on their take of our topic for today. Again, our topic is the science behind leveling up confidence in public speaking. So, our viewers, it's very important to hear your comment, and by typing in your comment in our live chat, we will know your experiences in this topic. So our topic is about public speaking, right? So if anyone that is watching or can hear my voice, our voice right now in this episode, can you share us your public speaking experiences? Okay. We're not talking about how many people are there when you say public. So if you have experienced the public speaking, can you type in and tell us a little bit how did it go? And for those who never had tried this and you have a favorite one, or like you think this is a best public speaker in your life, you know, type it there in your own words. It might be your dad, your mom might be a great public speaker, maybe your teacher when you were still studying, or anyone that you know in your life, or maybe a famous one that is a great public speaker. Type in now in our live chat, and then later on we are going to read it. And of course, we want to remind our viewers there in our live chat to always type one comment and include your four-letter of your local congregation, so that we may count your one comment without copying and pasting it over and over, so that it will count as 1 point to our most active local congregation. So, without further ado, let's start our public speaking topic, Brother Andrew.
Often we hear about the fear of public speaking. Let's touch on managing physical nerves.
Thank you, Brother Andrew. So, public speaking, it's a skill you probably won't be using every day, but I think at some point in your life, it's inevitable that you will have to speak in public. So maybe if you're in school, you might have to give a presentation, or if you're at work, you might have to lead a team meeting. I think it's a very important communication skill to have in your pocket. So, um, so how to be a good speaker? I actually think 90% of the battle with public speaking all just comes down to managing your nerves or handling your anxiety. So because even if you master your speech from start to finish, or maybe you're an expert at your field, all of that goes out the window if by the time it comes to give your speech, you get stage fright. So maybe while you're speaking, you might have like shaky words, or maybe you're stuttering over your words, or maybe you're even shaking physically. Uh, so what could have been a great speech just turned into a not so good speech just because of nerves, or just because you were nervous. So we'll talk more about specific strategies on how to fix this. But I think the first thing you have to understand when it comes to nerves is that it's okay to be nervous. It's completely normal. Even if you're the greatest public speaker in the world, you are going to be nervous. Even as I'm speaking right now to you, the audience, I'm actually feeling very nervous right now, which I hope you didn't notice. Um, but it's okay, because being nervous means you care. You don't want to fail in your speech. You actually want to be good at your speech. So it's a good sign that you're nervous. And while I do think it is the hardest part of public speaking, the good news is that it's also really easy to fix, because I think you'll realize that the more you speak in your speech, it gets a lot easier. So the nerves will start to die down, because again, anxiety is really just all in your head. It's not real. So when it comes to actually speaking in public, the real thing, I think you'll find that it's not as scary as you think it is.
Well, it's interesting, Brother Carl. You don't appear to be nervous to me. You appear to have a good edge, an edge that makes you fascinating and interesting to listen to. You grab the audience because there's an appeal to your energy. List 3 strategies to build confidence.
I think a good way to build confidence is rehearsing out loud. So this way you will reflect on the way you are projecting your voice, on your own body language and face expressions as you speak. So for this, I know it's awkward and you feel nervous already, even though it is not the official day, but practicing in front of the mirror or like with family and friends can be helpful when rehearsing out loud, as you will receive feedback and the reflection that I mentioned before. Um, I personally don't do this, but something that I do is I started rehearsing on my own out loud. I bring myself to reflect on my own and notice on my own the way I project my voice, the way I move my arms, the way I walk around my room, or even the way I say certain things, certain words, certain phrases. And sometimes I go like, oh, I think this is a good time to give an example. This is also helpful. So another way as well to build confidence is to study your own topic and understanding. In my own experience and opinion, the more you know that about the topic, the more you will feel confident when talking about it. as well as less nervous, especially when it is something about um, a topic that you know and enjoy talking about it. You will feel confident and your mindset will be positive. So it is also a good way to allow you to put aside the physical nerves and you will be more excited than nervous. And last but not least, making an outline or a small guide with bullet points are also helpful as you can actually take a quick look and the main word keys will be there for you and it will help you remember what you need to talk about.
Excellent. I agree that practice builds confidence. Could you share 2 ways to ensure public speaking success?
Sure. So, in my opinion, visualizing success will help you feel relaxed and have a positive mindset. So, if you constantly visualize yourself struggling or having in mind that it will go wrong, your actions and behavior as you speak will reflect on it, and it will allow more room for nervousness. So, the constant thinking of, hey, I am nervous, but it will be okay, I will successfully deliver the topic, or a simple self compliment such as, I am doing a good job while presenting or speaking, will reflect on yourself and it will welcome more room to ensure successful public speaking. Also, something that I personally did and still do is take every opportunity to expose myself to public speaking. Starting from a small group of friends or family members or group projects to bigger ones allowed me to get used to public speaking and be less nervous.
Excellent answer. We should visualize success and have positive attitude. I'm wondering what's going on in our YouTube chat. Who's chiming in?
Right. We have Sister Sarah Velasco answering, who are on her own opinion a great public speaker. She mentioned teachers are the best public speakers. Not being biased here, but maybe Sister Amy could agree with that. But thank you, Sister Sarah, for telling us that. And Brother James Langit said, whenever I have to speak in public or in front of others, I don't look at the crowd. I look at an object above the crowd. So if there's a clock there or maybe a chandelier, Brother James, that's your hack for public speaking. We're taking note of that. Brother Ismael Domingo also, public speaking, know your topic, know the size of your audience so you may know the volume. I like that, size and volume. And also, Sister Amy mentioned the greatest experience I had in public speaking was when I had to speak in a coliseum for a classroom central event with more than 300 guests. Wow, that's a lot. Also, Sister Rochelle shared teachers and professors, I would say, will be a good speakers since they stand before all their students almost every day. And as a teacher, I could tell you there are times, usually, most of the time, I feel nervous all the time, especially, if those are the students that I just got, I just had them like first day or first week of the school year might be really challenging for me. The more experiences you have, the less nervous you get speaking in front of people. That's Sister Megan and Sister Amy. And it will make you nervous at first, but when you became comfortable, especially when audience are interested, it's like you just have a regular conversation with them, just like Brother Carl. We never noticed he's getting nervous earlier, but it's like a normal conversation. Shout out to our topic writers. We also have a question here, but we're going to pause for a while. But let me read a question coming from Brother Jeffrey Mal. How to overcome the fear of speaking in front of an audience? So he said, think that you have something to share with your audience. And we are going to continue that, Brother Andrew.
State 3 ways to deliver with confidence.
Well, one of the major things when you're presenting something is your body language. And obviously, sometimes that might be a little bit scary, but sometimes you'll also be nervous, and that can cause you to go stiff or even to just freeze up. But using your body language, like for example, hand gestures, or whenever you're talking to someone, make eye contact, because when you're presenting that topic, you want it to make you want to make it seem like that you're talking to an actual person and not just the entire audience, even though you're talking to the entire audience. And obviously, if you make eye contact with most of the audience, then they'll feel like you're talking directly to them, and they'll feel they can really understand the topic or the concept that you're trying to teach unto them.
Excellent. I agree that eye contact is key, and you don't want to look like you're gripped with fear. You want to look like you're having a conversation. Mention 2 techniques to deliver with confidence.
So one of the things that you might end up doing is making a small mistake, like a stutter, and sometimes that just happens. If you freeze up and keep thinking about the mistake you made, and you're like, let's say, completely nervous, then you can't continue to present what you're going to, and you're just gonna crash or even just stop presenting because you keep thinking about the mistake you made. So what you need to do is just keep going, act like it never happened, and that really works. And another way is to start off strong and like have a decent way, or the way you say something, make it like a hook. It's something that will want to get the audience viewing what or listening to what you have to say. And it's like writing an essay. You have the topic, the hook, and then you explain all your main valid points. And if you really want the listener to remember what you have said, then you have to end off strong as well.
Excellent answers. Now, the science behind confidence in public speaking is to make a paradigm switch. Switch from nervousness to having positive energy through enjoying the adrenaline rush. I'm nervous. Well, that means I care. I'm nervous. That means I have more energy. Should I let this energy bother me, or should I use it to give me more strength, more excitement, more charisma, to better relate to the audience, to give this whole experience more positivity, more jest, more get up and go? That's the science behind being confident in public speaking. Now, I would like to invite brethren to submit videos for cooking, baking, or salad preparation, or gardening, or sports, or other videos to be considered for airing. But before you do that, run that by Sister Lorraine or Sister Lucy or myself, your concept, so we can give you some tips so that you'll better know how to make the video for success. I was wondering what's going on in the YouTube chat.
Yes, as we continue to read some of the comments, uh, a good public speaker know how to engage his or her audience. A good public speaker is able to maintain the audience's interest. And that's coming from Sister Benilda Cabiad. Thank you so much for joining and for also engaging with our question earlier. We also have Brother Jeffrey Maloto. Connect with your audience through eye contact, but not staring to anyone. And also, Sister Aimee, it helps when you look at the audience and pretend that you are just talking to them. I could say the public speakers, the great public speakers, are great pretentious that they have to really overcome that nervousness. Nervousness will last, I think, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, especially when you're about to be, to present something, and it will not last as you go on with your speaking, with your speech, with what you have prepared. And what our guest panelists have mentioned earlier, Brother Carl, Sister Lauren, Brother Mark, are really helpful. You turn that nervousness to excitement, and you don't want to that nervousness really overcome you, and everything that you have prepared. But I don't think that everything that you have prepared will ruin, because you have prepared so much. So you know what will happen next. And of course, we don't want a public speaker who just memorize everything, right? Like word by word. It's like an AI talking to you. And even little ones will automatically tell you that you sound like an AI, something like that. So another good point here, reading the audience's reaction also helps the speaker gauge how well they are doing, and can help the speaker be more confident as they speak. So I love our topic as leveling up with our communication. We're not only learning the speaker itself, the one who is talking, but also the audience is very, very important because they're the ones who help a public speaker to enhance his talent, improve. And from the previous that we have learned, the feedback is very, very important. So again, thank you so much for those who joined with our chat. We will come back later and see for more anything that we just forgot to greet. But we want to give the chance to Brother Carl first to his shout outs and greetings.
Thank you, Sister Lorraine. I'd like to give a shout out as always to my family, Brother Marvin and Annalisa Damua, um, my siblings, and also to our resident minister, Brother Jeremy Pizarro and his wife. They actually visited us a while ago earlier. So thank you for tuning in, and as always, see you next week.
We also have Brother Mark Langit from Charleston for your shout out and greetings.
I would like to give a shout out to my family, my parents, brother James and sister Rochelle May. I would also like to give shout out to my brother Eli Langit, and also to my grandparents for always supporting for these kinds of activities. I would also like to give a shout out to Brother Jeffrey Malauto, our resident minister, for always inspiring us. Thank you, Paul.
And of course, Sister Lauren Vass, your shout outs and greetings.
I would like to send my shout out to my parents, Brother Ricardo Vaz and Sister Shayla Vaz, to my younger sister, Sister Daphne Vaz, to all viewers who are now watching us, especially those from the local congregation of Charlotte. I would like to send my warmest greetings to our resident minister as well, Brother Jeremy Pizarro and his wife. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today once again.
And we are going to learn and know all the things that are happening here in the District of Virginia and the Carolinas with our current church news and updates. Go ahead, Kuya Tek.
Church current news and update.
Thank you, Brother Mike, for that amazing church news bumper. And so for our upcoming events, on March 22nd, there will be a joint monthly meeting of all the Christian family organizations district-wide. And we would also like to greet our Sister Andrea King and Sister Darlene Sese a very happy birthday.
Thank you so much. And now we are ready to congratulate the winner of our most active local congregation last week. Our winners of our most active local congregation, fifth place, FAYV, Fayetteville. We have fourth place, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Third place, High Point, North Carolina. We also have our second place, Charlotte, North Carolina. And on the first place, Brother Mark Lange, Charleston, South Carolina. Congratulations again to all the winners of our most active local congregation. Again, if you want your local congregation to be the top one and beat the Charleston or Charlotte, always include the four letter of your local congregation. And if you don't know that, as any one of us, or maybe replay on the screen earlier, they have shown the four letter of your local congregation. And again, thank you so much for joining us on our episode for today. And our INC Radio Lab Notes will not be complete without thanking our Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Eranio Manalo. Maraming salamat po. We also would like to say thank you to our District Supervising Minister, Brother Steve Inocencio Jr., our Assistant District Minister, Brother Ray De Mesa. We also have our CFO Overseer, Brother Melvin Bayangoan, and our District Multimedia Advisor. Thank you so much, Brother Denzel Ven Malapit. We also would like to say thank you to our Station Manager, Brother Wally Taray, with our Overseeing Minister, Brother Edwin Asibuke, and also our mighty executive producer, Kuya Manly Andaya. Thank you so much. And also to our Kuya Tech there in the Philippines, thank you so much. Have a great weekend, everyone. Brother Carl, Brother Mark, and Sister Lauren, thank you. And Brother Andrew. And we also would like to say thank you, Sister Lucy Ancheta. Thank you po. Bye.
Maraming salamat po. Merci beaucoup. Thank you ever so much. Arigato.
Thank you for all your comments.